Okay. So, Dr. Liudmyla Farfuliak, PhD in Geological Sciences from Subbotin Institute of Geophysics of the National Academy of Science in Ukraine. Please.
Buongiorno, cari colleghi. Good day, other colleagues from my institute and from the INGO. I am Liudmyla Farfuliak. I'm from Kiev, from Subbotin Institute of Geophysics. My education is Taras Shevchenko University of Kiev, faculty geological and the specialty geophysics. A little talk about my background, what I did and what I am doing for that moment. I have two directions for my work. It's interpretation of wide angle and reflection profiles, and for that moment I'm interested in seismological networks, operation and development of Ukrainian seismological network, for example, operation precision of earthquakes, and of course analysis of seismological data. And a moment, it's a technical problems a little. A little present you Subbotin Institute of Geophysics in Ukraine that belongs to the National Academy of Science of Ukraine, and there are 10 divisions or departments. It's a division of earth deep, it's a gravimetry, and division regional problem of geophysics, division of geothermy and dynamics, division of tectonosphere, division tectonophysics, geomagnetism, petromagnetism and marine geophysics, oil and gas geophysics, and my department is seismic hazard. And the similar department in the Carpathian region in seismicity in Lviv. It's the east part of Ukraine. a little about tectonics situation in my country. The Ukraine situated on the south of East European Craton. It's the main tectonic element is Ukrainian shield with crystalline basement, and there are two mountains, Carpathian and Crimea, and on the east of slope Ukrainian shield, Dnipro-Donetsk trough with Donetsk folded structure. Next. A little talk about my experience in the deep seismic sounding. Its profiles were carried out in Ukraine, and I think it's half past of that profiles I took part of them. It's a station that were deployed along these profiles, texans and cubes, and we cooperate different institutes and universities of Europe. It's a result, it's a modeling along the Dobra 5 profile. It's a project was carried out in 27, and the next pancake profile, it's carried out in 28. Georift profiles, it was carried out in both countries, in Belarus and Ukraine, and it's Dobra 5 profile. It was carried out 2011, and we have volume scheme, deep crustal structure, and we highlighted and deep transition zone between East European Craton and Scythian platform. And last experience, last project was carried out in 2021, and I took place in that project. It's a shot point near the Kiev. A little about my experience in deep seismic sounding in Ukraine, and our publication and result of our work. And for today, I want to talk about operation and development of our Ukrainian seismological network. First of all, I want to show you a little quantity of earthquakes that happened around my countries. And as you see, it's not big quantity of earthquakes, and our territory are very stable than our neighbor countries. It's lush, and it's a scheme that show us isosceles of branch zone that's situated in Romania, and it's an active zone that have strong influence on the seismic strong influence on our country. It's examples of isosceles in different years. It's why we have that strong influence on our country, because one of the reasons is depth of that zone that is grows up to the 200 kilometers, and it's one of the most of reasons that we have a strong influence of earthquakes that have a magnitude more than 5 on the territory of our country. And that is scheme that shows us a national seismic observation system of Ukraine. There are seismic networks served by my institution that and seismic network set by main center of special monitoring and seismic array around the nuclear power station in my country. A seismological network from the Carpathian department that served this equipment. And the next, we have some location station in Crimea, but now Crimea occupied by Russia, unfortunately. And seismic array have been installed around the nuclear power stations, and we have there are five nuclear power stations in my country, as you know, and you see Zaporizhzhia nuclear power stations. And now, unfortunately, we have no information about recording from that arrays. And next seismic network, it's served by main center of special monitoring, and sensor that installed in their network is GURALP, different kind, and the copies that was handmade by my colleagues from the institute. And on this, we can see seismic network set by my department. It's a yellow labels. There are 7 stations. There are online and 2 stations out of works. For today, it's a permanent station that belongs to our network. And a little stopped on this network because I'm worked in seismic hazard department in IGPH, Subbotin Institute, and since 2022 year we start recover our seismological network with small monitoring group. As you see, Alex Ghaniyev, Tanya Mushkili, Kostya Petrenko, and myself, we started to reload our network. How equipped our stations? The most modern station as that we have, it's Kiev-IRIS station that's situated near the Kiev, and we have a good cooperation with IRIS consortium, especially with the Albuquerque laboratory, and our colleagues gave us that equipment, and we understand it's needing to raise the frequency of our direction, our seismic monitoring, and for today, because other equipped in Poltava, in Skvera, Stepanivka, Galeshyna, MIU-Kryvyi Rih, and other, we have a very old station or handmade station, but there are a very good place for location, as you see, and a little show you this point observations. It's equipment. It's it's a geotech that situated in our point observation. It's a GURALP, of course, and handmade seismometer like GURALP, and digitizer. Seismological observation Poltava. Its location here, and I can show you only swarm print screen from that station and its equipment on this station. It's interesting that this the building where station location is untied from the basement of this building, and it's very good for seismic observation. The building of this Poltava gravimetric observations and where our station located. And the next observation point, it's a Mykolaiv city. I think you saw and hear about our city Mykolaiv for today, unfortunately. And I can show a little print screen and qualities of this record from the Mykolaiv station. And we have their seismic station handmade. It's an astronomical observatory where it's located our station. It's established in 1821, and it's one of the oldest in the Europe, East Europe. Some view from Mykolaiv. And the other station near the Odessa. Unfortunately, we have problems with that component from geotech sensors for today, and not good quality of records. It's a building of this station, observation point, good place for records of seismological data. And next, our Black Sea. And a little about IRIS stations that equipped modern seismological station Quantera, Strikaizens, and other support equipment. We located equipments in the 36 meters depth mine. As you know, before 24 February, this station works very good. But after 24 February, we shut down this station and only recover this station only in April 2022. Unfortunately, this territory is situated in the Zhytomyr region, and the military fights were near the Kiev-IRIS station. Now this area is free from Russia, and we can reload the station. We only change satellite modem. It's equipment from that station. And other three stations from our network. It's Nova Galeshyna and Odessa city. It's Z components and print screen from Swarm. And interesting that this station was located in Zmiinyi Island in the Black Sea, Shelf Black Sea, and after 24 February we moved this station to our institute because the station doesn't work, and now it stay in our institute and give us some records. For today, we have versions of our seismological network. For example, we have on the observation points, how can we imagine and how can we do our seismological network. On the point, observation point, we have a GURALP or other sensors and computer that connected with serial. On the computer we have a VPN client, a GSF server that convert to the S form and export to our server that transfer mini-seed format. And for today, we study Seiscomp soft for data acquisition, our records. And next. We understand that Seiscomp soft is world standard in the field of seismological data precision, and we try to getting started with them and just getting and we are a lot of questions about how to use this soft and how to connect inventory files to the Seiscomp in the another stations correctly, and how to configure the Seiscomp, and there are many questions. And we open to the collaboration with colleagues that who can understand and who can help us with that soft. And the example from this farm, from our station Nova Galeshyna, it's was bombarding Armstrong supermarket in Kremenchuk. It was 27 June, and we can see that bombed here, print screen from farm only. And for today, we are trying to work on the remote, and we have good cooperation with our Kiev Polytechnic Institute that have cloud servers, and the Institute of Cybernetics of National Academy of Science, and try to transfer in our stream, our seismological data and services to the cloud virtual machine. For today, it's a work of my colleagues Alexander Ganiev for today. And next, we are trying cooperation with our main center of special monitoring that belongs to the State Space Agency of Ukraine, and they have a network, and we are cooperate with precision and analysis of obtained seismic data. And for that moment, we are planning to give information in the form of the National Ukrainian Seismological Bulletin and the earthquake catalog. It's our work for that moment. And what else? My colleague Alex Hanier now in the works in GeoAzur, and France colleagues connect our station to their network, and we will. I hope that we will good cooperation with their colleagues. And other colleagues, my Tanya Mashukeli works now in GFSM Institute Helmholtz, Potsdam. She's trying to find support for reload our observation points, and in Germany we have proposed to buy some registrators that Raspberry Shake named. And now it is many problems associated with war, with Russia occupation of Ukrainian territory. And firstly, as you know, we have problems with our servers, and now we trying to resolve this problem and transfer our seismological data on cloud virtual machine. And about IRIS station, we reload it, and the satellite modem has become faulty, and we replaced And we understand that the quality of our station don't allow to reliability determinate a level and quantity characteristic of seismic hazard of our territory, and we are looking for interesting companies, supports and projects and people who can resource support us, and we are very interested in upgrade our seismological network. Today we are studying a seismological soft, for example, Seiscomp, and I'm interested in operation seismological data for location, analysis, seismological data. And of course, my institute and personally me open to cooperation with INGV. And it's a little about our publication. And grazie mille per la vostra attenzione. Дякую за увагу. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Dottoressa Farfuliak. Thank you very much. And I will say that I think we are very happy to host you here. Also because you in the last slide you talk about cooperation with INGV. This is an example of cooperation today, but you know that we are trying to involve you as much as possible in our activities. So I don't know if people connected have comments, questions. I don't know, your colleagues from your Ukrainian colleagues, if they like to say something, please.
Скажете щось? Олександр Володимирович.
Hello, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Так.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tanya Mashukeli, working with Liudmyla Farfuliak and Alexander Ganiyev. And first of all, I would like to say many thanks to IGNV to hosting my colleague and supporting us that we can improve the seismological network. From my side, at this moment, I'm hosting by GFZ and trying to work in this way. And we are planning to buy maybe 3 or 4 seismometers Raspberry Shake for Ukrainian network, and and this station could be used in university to study students, and it will be interesting and involve many Ukrainian students to seismology. So thank you so much for support and hosting my colleague.
Thank you. Other
Олександр
comments?
Володимирович. Alexander Kenzera, it's president of my institute, and he's a seismologist in my country, and from science last year he's a president, and before that he's a director of my department, seismic hazard department, and now he's in Ukraine trying to work as he can, and say thank you for Italy and for our colleagues that host me and my family. And of course, we are open to collaboration with INGV, with seismologists from Italy. And thank you for all.
Thank you also.
Скажете щось?
Якщо будете перекладати.
Ну, давайте.
Інститут геофізики Національної академії наук України.
He is speaking Ukraine. I tried to transfer.
Із єдиною
Не
Геофізичний
поспішайте, Олександр Володимирович.
є єдиною державною геофізичною організацією, яка повністю фінансується з бюджету.
Institute of Geophysics, Subbotin Institute of Geophysics is one of organization. It's one government organization that is situated in Kyiv and support our government.
Всі ми живемо під впливом геофізичних полів.
All of us live under the influence of geophysical fields.
Очевидно, що вивчати, як вони впливають на населення, на інфраструктуру, є дуже важливою діяльністю.
We understand that important that we have to investigate all geophysical fields and that influence of peoples and of our homes.
Інститут налічує понад 300 осіб.
There are 300 people worker in our institute.
Значна їх частина працює на сейсмологічних і геофізичних станціях.
Most of them work on the observation points, seismological, gravimetrical, and other geophysical fields.
Фізичні поля дуже важливі в тому плані, що вони впливають на роботу як приладів, так і людей. Людей і взагалі живих істот.
We understand the importance of influence geophysical fields.
І це, що в нас є зараз хороші спеціалісти, які і без того були відомими сейсмологами. Це Фарфуляк, це Машукелі, Олександр Ганієв. Ці люди одержали нову долю інформації для того, щоб розв'язувати важливі питання вивчення геофізичних і, в першу чергу, сейсмологічних полів.
He is very glad that European Union and the European country, especially for me, Italy, for Tanya Mashukeli, Germany, and for Alexander Ganiev, France, hosting our on the scientific institution, and he understands that very important for our country to save our colleagues.
Ми послухали доктора Фарфуляк доповіді багато проблем, які зараз є в нашій країні.
He said,
Та вивчення фізичних полів.
I talk only about problems in my country.
Але надіюсь, що спільно ми переможемо і проблеми, які є пов'язані з війною, і проблеми, які виникають при дослідженні геофізичних полів.
And his hope we solve that problems together, and we will have a good cooperation to solving scientific problems for all the world.
Особливо слово хотів би сказати про сейсмологію.
And especially about seismologists.
Які є на сторожі від землетрусів.
That save us from influence of earthquakes.
І завдяки роботі яких можна буде будувати будинки, які будуть безпечними при найсильніших землетрусах.
And we hope we can, in the future, we can build a building that can protect after the earthquakes influence.
Частина території України є загроженою в сейсмічному відношенні.
The part of our country is, it has seismic hazard.
Однак територія Італії є ще більш загроженою.
But the territory of Italy is more danger than our.
Що досвід сейсмологів Італії буде дуже корисний для нас всіх.
and Italian experience. It's very good for us, for our colleagues, and for our country.
Дякую вам.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I would ask Professor Carlo Doglioni, the president of our institute, to say something to the...
Mr. President and Liudmyla, many thanks for your presentation. And may I ask you, the Crimea subduction zone, where it ends to the west, do you have an idea where the seismicity disappears and where you think that the subduction is over?
I researched subduction zone between Crimea, near the Zmiinyi Island. As you see on my presentation, I build a scheme along the Dobrev profile that very good. They show us transition zone between East European Craton and Scythian platform, and we think that is a subduction zone, and what happened in I think in it was a transition in Mesozoic, and it was a stretching, yes, in Cainozoic.
Yes, but now there is compression, active compression in Crimea.
Yes, active compression near the south of Crimea Peninsula, and there are many earthquakes near the south of Crimea Peninsula.
Yes, so there is active subduction there, and the question is very interesting because it's one of the few places in the world where we see the termination of a subduction zone just to the west of Crimea. I think it's very interesting.
I think so, and we are working under the nature of this zone, and I worked with my colleagues from Kyiv, that maybe you know Tamara Yegorova, and he have many articles and many experience for research this transition zone, this subduction zone near the south of Crimea.
Thank you. Are there questions?
Other questions or comments? Or
I have a question. So you show that you have several stations, seismic stations near the nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
And are the data from these available, or at least to you? I mean,
No, that is not available for that moment.
Okay.
And we are working under this moment, and in the future, I think we will. We have idea to collect all seismological net to the National Seismological Data Center in Kyiv, in my department, and collect this data using Seiscomp, and after that trying to analyze and helps.
As long as you know, the data are anyway archived someplace in the.
I don't know.
You don't. Okay. Thanks.
Grazie.
Question?
I have a question. I saw in one of your slides that, if I am correct, there is a network, a seismic network, dealing with the CTBTO, that is the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization.
It's an organization, our organization, main center, special control. It's a military organization, and now we're trying to collaborate.
Yes, because at INGV we have some colleagues that are deeply involved in CTBTO, So it's another point of contact with
Yes.
your activities.
Yeah, grazie.
If there are no more questions, okay,
So
thank you.
one
sorry.
comment.
Yes,
Do you
please.
hear me?
Hi, Thomas.
Yes.
Okay, hi. Yeah. I'm
Hi,
calling
hi,
from
ciao,
outside.
Thomas.
Hi, ciao. Scusate. Just un commento. Just a comment. Because you talked about Seiscomp and you talked about your need for help using Seiscomp and for the configuration of Seiscomp. And
Yeah.
in the institute, we actually have a mix, but probably the director can explain better. But there is no real Seiscomp. There's no pure Seiscomp system running because, yeah, for historical reasons, the monitoring of the national seismicity is a very complex and has always to work, and so there's a mix of system from earthworm and other self-made or self-written codes that assures the monitoring, seismic monitoring of the country. So recently we have a new center that is not a real-time, that does not exactly real-time monitoring. It's called CMS. It's a Center for Monitoring of Industrial Activities. And in contrast to the National Seismic Network, with the duty to respond immediately after an earthquake within minutes at maximum, at the Center for the Monitoring of Industrial Activities, there is more time, and you have 24, 48 hours to do the analysis, and therefore we are not a real-time facility. And we built this system in the last 4 years, and we're using Seiscomp. So we have some experience. We are not big experts, but we have some experience, and let's see how to organize. But we could be available to help you wherever we can. Probably you may be already more expert than us, but if we can exchange some experience, it could be interesting for you.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, probably Salvatore can give you the contact, or we can have another meet together in the next days whenever you want, and can define the possibilities how to collaborate. So please ask Salvatore Stamondo, ask the director of ONT. I think he's the best contact.
Thank you, Thomas. We already put in contact Dr. Farfuliak with Alfonso Mandiello. So thank you very much, and congratulations for your Open Sky office. Very
No, I'm outside in this afternoon, but the presentation was such interesting that I decided to connect. Therefore, thank you for the invitation. Okay, grazie.
Grazie.
Thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome.
See you.
Any other comments, questions? Otherwise, we go to conclude. Professor Carlo Doglioni.
Well, Liudmyla, it's really a pleasure to have you here, and your family, and hopefully the situation in Ukraine will improve. We want to give you some expression of our solidarity, and hoping that the war will be over as soon as possible, and you are welcome all the time you want to stay here.
Grazie mille,
Well,
Italian cari colleghi, and especially I want to thank you, your personal, Mariela Bernardi, Cinzia, that they helps me found accommodation, me and my children for today. We are living in Monteporzio. Grazie mille. Thank you very
so
much.
goodbye to your colleagues, and I hope hopefully they will come to Italy sooner or later, and best wishes to all of you.
Grazie Carlo, thank you Carlo, and thank you everybody. Okay. We stop the record. Ok, recording. Abbiamo fermato la registrazione. Ok, grazie a tutti.